Sarvapad Tatparatvena Nirmalam Hrishikena Hrishikesha Sevanam Bhakti Ruchyate Sarvapadhi Vinirmuktam Tatparatvena Nirmalam Hrishikena Hrishikesha Sevanam Bhakti Ruchyate. Thank you. Sarva Upadhi Vinirmuktam. Sarva Upadhi Vinirmuktam. Free from all kinds of material designations, or free from all desires except the desire to render service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Tatparatvena, by the sole purpose of serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Nirmalam, uncontaminated by the effects of speculative philosophical research or fruitive activity. Hrishikena, by purified senses freed from all designations. Hrishika Isha, of the master of the senses. Sevanam, the service to satisfy the sense. Bhakti, devotional service. Uchyate, is called. Translation and very small purport of Srila Prabhupada. Bhakti or devotional service means engaging all our senses in the service of the Lord, Supreme Personality of Godhead, the master of all the senses. When the spirit soul renders service unto the Supreme, there are two side effects. One is freed from all material designations, and one's senses are purified simply by being employed in the service of the Lord. Purport. This verse, quoted from the Narada Pancharatra, is found in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.1.12. Let's discuss it, and I will read a small part from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Nectar of Devotion. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishta Bhutale Shrimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Nityanamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasani Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Vanchakalpadrubhyaścha kripa sindhubhyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavabhyo namo namaha. Here, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu speaks to Srila Rupa Goswami and give this definition of bhakti. What is bhakti? And we can try again to understand, to count what is bhakti. Four things. First definition of bhakti, first part is this. It means that our senses serve the master of the senses. What senses we have? We have two types of senses. Maybe before that. 2 types of senses. Yes. Karmendriya, it means the sense that make activities. Our legs, our hands, our tongue, and so on. And Jnanendriya means that knowledge that receive, that senses that receive knowledge. Eyes, nose, tongue, skin, ears. 5, yes. So the bhakti, what is love to God? So many people, religious people, speak about love to God, but what is love to God? We have here definition. So when my senses, all my senses, my legs, my hands, my tongue, my eyes, my ears, my nose, my skin, and so on, everything, and mind. Srila Prabhupada in another place, he said he add here also mind, because this is also sense, the center of all senses. So all my personality must be engaged in service to God. This is called bhakti. But as far we can read here, this is not finished. That's not all, because it can be external. So I can. It's not. That's not all. Here we can read another things, more subtle things, more difficult, because it's easier, not so difficult, not so easy, but not so difficult to make my hands to serve. Yes, just wash the pots, just sweep floor, and do something. It's possible. It's not so difficult, but this is not all definition of bhakti. Bhakti means something deeper, mind, and even something deeper than mind. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu here said about second was first. The first part of bhakti is to engage all my sense, all my personality. There is no place that not serve God. That's mean bhakti. And second, sarve upadhi vinirmuktam. So it's not enough to wash pots, to sweep floor, or to cook. This is not bhakti in its full understanding. Its full understanding. We can here read that sarve upadhi vinirmuktam, without materialistic self-identifications. This is something more deeper. Something more deeper. Or, Srila Prabhupada says, free devotee who serve his house must be free from all material desires. Third part of bhakti, tat paratvina. So the one goal to please Lord, one desire. We speak about the perfect situation. What is bhakti? Our goal. And 4, who can remember from the verse? First part of bhakti. To serve 7 by our senses. Second, sarvabhadhi vinirmuktam, to be free from all illusion, false self-identification, who I am. A lot of things, who I am, I'm thinking about myself. I must be free. Third, tat paratvanan. And fourth, number 4. This is number 1. It's wonderful to remember this, because it's very good meditation when I make service to understand what is service, what is bhakti. This is one of the basic definition of. We had second one close to this, and this is one of them. And number 4 from verse part of bhakti. In Sanskrit, Nirmalam. We read it in the verse. Nirmalam. Srila Prabhupada explained in his translation contains purport. So he translate this word and put there also purport. So nirmala means clear, but what's mean clear? Clear pure from what? Yes, it's mean without karma. So desire of material, to have some material, to have something from this world, it's very high, but this is bhakti. This is called, this is what it is bhakti. So I serve by my senses without false understanding myself, with desire to fulfill, to satisfy God, and without desire to have something, anything from this world. And second, what second desire we can have? No. Nirmala. What means nirmala? I'm free. Devotee must be free from material desire, to desire to have something from this world. And what another big desire, big type of desires can have? Yeah. To be liberated, because when two types of this is karma and this is jnana. So I want something from this world. This is so subtle things, so deep things, so many things to discuss, but this is definition. We must have the scientific definition of what is love to God, to have at least theoretical understanding of this. Because when I serve and I'm not happy, what it means? It means this is not bhakti process in full understanding of this. Srila Prabhupada said that bhakti make person very happy. If I make so-called process of bhakti and I'm not happy, it means that something, some upadhi, some false understanding of myself, some no tatparatvena, some another desires. It's yes, and nirmalam, not pure. So I'm in the process. Okay, and we can read some purport of Srila Prabhupada from a Nectar of Devotion. This is quote from a Nectar of Devotion. Srila Prabhupada wrote in the Nectar of Devotion also what is bhakti, the glorification of bhakti process. And he said in one part of Nectar of Devotion, Srila Rupa Goswami has stated that devotional service attracts even Krishna. Devotional service attracts Krishna. When it's sarvapadhi vinirmuktam, tat paratvena inirmalam, then Krishna attracts. Of course, if I'm not yet all of this, Krishna attracts a little bit, but not so powerful attraction. So Srila Rupa Goswami has stated that pure devotional service attracts even Krishna. Krishna attracts everyone, but devotional service attracts Krishna. The symbol of devotional service is the highest degree is Radharani. Krishna is called Madan Mahana, which means that he is so attractive that he can defeat the attraction of thousands of cupids. But Radharani is still more attractive, for she can even attract Krishna. Therefore, devotees can call her Madana Mahana Mohini, the attractor of Cupid. To perform devotional service means to follow in the footsteps of Radharani, and devotees in Vrindavana put themselves under the care of Radharani in order to achieve perfection in their devotional service. In other words, devotional service is not an activity of the material world. It is directly under the control of Radharani. In Bhagavad Gita, it is confirmed that the Mahatmas, or great souls, are under the protection of Daivi Prakriti, the internal energy Radharani. So, being directly under the control of the internal potency of Krishna, devotional service attracts even Krishna himself. This fact is corroborated by Krishna in the 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, 14th chapter, verse number 20, where he says, "My dear Uddhava, You may know it from me that the attraction I feel for devotional service rendered by my devotees is not to be attained even by performance of mystic yoga, philosophical speculation, ritualistic sacrifice, the study of Vedanta, the practice of severe austerities, or the giving of everything in charity. These are, of course, very nice activities. So we don't reject all these activities. That's nice because there is people who follow yoga process, jnana process, make some good charity, make some good for other people. And we say, okay, it's very good. Krishna said that there are very nice activities, but they are not as attractive to me. They a little bit attractive to Krishna, a little bit attractive. Привлекательны. Привлекают Кришну. Yeah, so these people are good, and Krishna say, okay, I'm a little bit attractive to these people because they're really good. They're better than people who do nothing. No yoga, no jnana, no some charity. They're better, but they're not attractive to me as transcendental loving service rendered by my devotees. Yes, so this has inspired me that when I serve Krishna, when I do something, I must do this personally to Him, in meditation to Him, so to satisfy Him. Because in another case, it won't be so attractive to Him. And interesting about this verse, interesting another thing that from one point of view, devotional service, prema bhakti, this verse can be understood from 2 points of view. One point of view that prema bhakti, that bhakti is already sarvapadhi vinirmuktam tat paratvena nirmalam. So this is prema bhakti. This is bhakti free from all these topics we discuss, from all material desires, with one desire to satisfy Krishna and without false identification of myself. And but from another point of view, we can understand this verse as sadhana bhakti. That means I have false identification of myself, I have material desires, I have not only desire to satisfy Krishna, but if I will make efforts and continue this service, it's called sadhana bhakti. So I have no pure love to God already, but I understand and I make efforts, this sadhana bhakti, yes. And from another point of view, this I can achieve this sarva padhi vinirmuktam tat paratvena nirmalam. So it can purify my heart. From on the level of sadhana bhakti, my goal is purification. So to be purified from this all topics, and on another level, this is the goal. This is prema bhakti. It's we continue. So, and what means sadhana bhakti? Sadhana bhakti means all the process of Krishna consciousness. Everything we have in Krishna consciousness is sadhana bhakti. Shishi Kovdani Taima Poshachiki Jai. And I think what is the most important, of course, there is all our process in Krishna consciousness. This is sadhana bhakti that helps me to achieve this level of prema bhakti, to be purified from all this, that not I, all these things that not I. And I think that first thing very important is really strong determination to continue bhakti. Every time, no matter obstacles we have, no matter problems we have in our life, and so on, no matter, we must continue. This is determination will help us. Second thing is very important. If I have determination to continue the process of bhakti, but another very important thing, I must have desire of internal transformation. I must want to change my heart. And what do you think in practical way it means? Yes, 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 of course, of course. But there is one very important part of this, because if I'm chanting seriously, if I'm determined and continue my practice, but without these very, very important things, which help me to change my heart, to change my all this self-identification, change my desires, change my understanding, and so on. So, what helps me really? Very practical thing. Without this thing, it will be or very difficult or impossible. Ah, attention. Yes. What else? Clother, warmer, because when I'm in connection with devotees, no, I'm not alone. I'm in connection with devotees. Wow, I think if I want to stay with devotees, if I want to be connected with devotees, I need some changes in my heart. Because when I'm alone, I can stay at home, sitting at home, or making service alone. So I can be in illusion without changing. But when I'm in connection with devotees, my heart must be changed if I want to stay. But more deeper, more closer, more deeper. But this is correct direction. This is, I can help you. This is first principle of sadhana bhakti, first principle of practice of bhakti, which is described in Nectar of Devotion. We have 64 parts, and number 1, number 2. Yes, take initiation. What's mean in practice way? Because also we can also play this also. We can see this. That a more practical way, it means to be under the guidance. To be under the guidance. This is definition of sincerity. If I have no guidance in my spiritual guidance, we have management guidance. This is not, this is also spiritual, but this is another topic. And spiritual guidance means that I have some devotee in perfect situation. This is guru, diksha guru, but for us, unfortunately, it's impossible because our diksha guru have a lot of disciples, and now they want to change this in our ISKCON. I don't know how here, but in our ISKCON now. Last year we have few new gurus, Russian-speaking gurus, because they want to change the situation when small number of gurus and a lot of disciples. They now want to change. Srila Prabhupada wants to have thousands of gurus, and now we have more and more devotees who can give initiation. So it's guru means, so this is very close relationship with some person, senior person in spiritual life, who can guide me, who can help me to repair my heart, to change my heart, to change my understanding. Because without this, I cannot help myself if I am under the, how you say, where is the water? Колодец. Ah? Well? Well, deep well, you know. So it's impossible to come out from, and this is mind, my karma and my mind. So many things in my mouth, so many false understanding of myself. It's so subtle. It's so subtle. This is basic. This is basic of my life. I think about myself this way, and I cannot be free from this without help. Without help, I cannot I cannot, how say, to put attention in really important things. How spoke with devotees and share. I have a few weeks ago. I have a very long and deep discussion, conversation with my mentor, with my, I can say, Shiksha Guru, so devotee, senior devotee, who can I speak with. He's so powerful, so serious, and so on. And we discuss a lot of things of sadhana, how to improve my sadhana, how to make progress in spiritual life, and so on. To make next step for me, what is next step for me? For example, so many steps I can do, but what for me important? So I need some guidance. Person who know me, who can say this is next step for you. Of course, I need to make this step, but I need some help, some inspiration, and some direction. What is for me was very important. And he very interesting thing that changed my vision again. And he said that you must put your attention and take very seriously small services, because before we came here in Ukraine, we have many responsibility. We live in small town. We do, we with my wife, we are one of the leaders of Yatra. So, and this is not very good for you, because unconsciously you start to think about yourself, that think about something you are not, because when you're leader and so on, and you're not too зрелый, как это сказать? Зрелый. Mature. You're not mature. It's very dangerous for young devotees to become leaders, because it can have bad influence on their mind. So they might be under the guidance of senior devotees. And my mentor, he said that small services are the most important services. Not big services, not strategic understanding, not preaching, not. He put my intention that small service is the most important, and it helped change my mind. Yes. So this is this is what to be under the guidance. So some person can help you to free from these subtle misconceptions, because you can easily перепутать. Mixed. What is karma? What is bhakti? Confused. Yes, you can easily be confused, because when people listen to me, when they put likes in Instagram, and they listen to you and so on, so you're a leader, so you can easily be confused. This is bhakti. This is material emotions. Is bhakti. No. This is not bhakti. So, and senior and more elevated devotee can help you to understand what is bhakti, what is not to bhakti, because like we read in previous instructions for Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he said that we must put off these bad creepers, bad seeds in our heart, because bhakti, this is water for all seeds in our heart, and bad seeds also grown creepers, yes, bad creepers, and for alone it's impossible. It's very difficult to put out bad creepers, so you need help. So my understanding of sincerity, I heard this from many senior devotees. So sincerity means that you are ready to change your heart. You're ready to listen instructions. This is sincerity, because you can be very determined, but you can listen no one. I am on my mind. It can be for many years. If you for many years on your mind, you can no progress. You can have no more. And third, very important on our level of sadhana bhakti, in very important things is to desire to listen about Krishna. To I translate this word in English, to be to settle in and live in stories about Krishna and never go out from these stories. Because we are not, this, people say that we are that we eat. Yes, but not. This is my body, is that I am eating. Of course, it has influence on consciousness, but more deeper, my mind, my intelligence, me, is that I'm listening. So it's very important the way, the path of sadhana bhakti is to listen every day to listen about Krishna, about devotees of Krishna. So very interesting definition. We are not living in this world. We are living in our mind. We can see that different persons in the one situation, they live in different worlds. Why? Because we are inside our mind. We are not inside this situation. We are inside mind. And this situation has some influence in our mind, and when something changes in mind, we change our feelings. Yes, but not situations, but our mind. So if we will live in the stories of Krishna, about Krishna, from one point of view, it helped me to understand who is Krishna, because why I have no desire to serve Krishna, or not so deep desire to serve Krishna, because I don't know Krishna. But if I will live in the stories about Krishna, philosophy and katha and stories about Krishna, so my desire to come to Krishna, to serve Krishna, will be bigger and bigger and bigger. Why? Because Krishna is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. So I'm looking for relationships in this world. Even I listened not so long ago, I listened one businessman. I like him. He's a motivator about business. He's very big Russian-speaking businessman. And he has one motivational video. And he said he discussed different topics, and the conclusion. What is the most important life? He's billions of dollars. He's very big businessman. He's very is good karma, good person. So he's not just rajas. He's a little sattva. So he's a good person. And his conclusion of life is relationships. It's wonderful. So you have billions of dollars, you have big influence, you have so much success, you're a very famous person. But he understands his conclusion, the most important in relationships. So everyone looks for relationships in this world. But the problem of relationship in this world, persons are not perfect. But Krishna is perfect. Yes, Krishna is beautiful. And second, when we listen about Krishna, so one point of view, when we live in these stories, we start to understand who is Krishna. When I'm chanting holy name, I have understanding who is Krishna. I want to chant. I want to call Krishna because he is so beautiful person, fantastic person, the best person in whole universe and whole universes. So, do we want to found perfect person? Of course we want. We are looking, women are looking for men. Where is perfect person? Where is men's looking for women. Where is perfect person? Where is perfect person? Yes, but this is there is no perfect person in this world. Perfect person is Krishna. And this one. And second, from another point of view, Krishna, when we listen about Krishna, Srila Prabhupada said that Krishna is satisfied by this. Krishna in my heart, he's satisfied. When I listen about Krishna, I can feel this. I can feel this. Krishna is pulsing in my heart. I can feel him. I can see him in my heart when I'm listening seriously, attentively, sincerely. When I hear about Krishna, I can feel that Krishna. I can feel him. I can see him in my heart because he's inside. And when I start to hear about him, personally him in Mahabharata, this is those Krishna who is in my heart, no different person. In Srimad Bhagavatam, this is the same person in my heart. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the same person in my heart. So when I start to listen about him, he's satisfied. And we can feel him in our heart. And about Krishna, I have one story about Krishna that I remember. It's wonderful stories about from Mahabharata. Oh, who is Krishna? Who is Krishna? From when we listen stories about Krishna, we can understand his character, his qualities, his moods. Who is God? Who is God? Sorry. So we have so many stories about Krishna, and one of the last stories I heard about him and that have influence on me. This is from Mahabharata, when Draupadi was almost undressed. Yes, so this story with Draupadi was, and after this situation, she met Krishna, and asked him, "Why you wasn't there? Why you wasn't there? Why you разрешил, allowed them to do this with me? Because for women to be undressed, in the situation was happened with her. It's like death. It's very, very bad situation. And when she met Krishna, first of all, of course, she glorified Krishna. You are the master of demigods. You are the master of this universe. You're the shelter of all devotees. And she glorified God. This etiquette to communicate with God. First we glorify, and then we have a question or something. She glorified, and she asked Krishna, "Why you allow this to happen with me?" And in this, the next answer of Krishna shows his very unstandard character. He is like to play. He's so interesting person. So interesting person. And he, from one point of view, he's very seriously, but from another point of view, he liked to joke. And then Draupadi asked, why this happened with me? And Krishna started to explain her very sincerely. Dear Draupadi, you know, this is in Mahabharata. This is story from Mahabharata. Oh, if I were there, I will help you. But I was in Dwaraka. If I were there, of course I will help you. But I was in Dwaraka. So the demonic king Shalva attacked Dwaraka. My sons, Pradyumna and so on, they start to fight with Shalva, the friend of Shishupala. Krishna killed Shishupala, and then Shalva came to kill Krishna. So, and Krishna says that I don't know what happened with you. I don't know, sorry. And this is, we know that Krishna was sorry, but he said, I don't know, sorry. and he started to explain Draupadi. There is 6, 7, 8 pages in Mahabharata. When you read, Krishna explained why he cannot help her. And he so sincerely, I was so busy, I'm sorry, I was fighting with this demonic King Shalva. Yes, and this is Krishna. This is Krishna. He is Draupadi asked him. He can directly explain her, but no, he didn't explain her. He's playing. He's cheating her. He's playing with her. And yes. I have a reason. I have a very important reason why I can help you. But from if we read next, we know that so it's so mixed. Some serious part of Krishna, some joke part of Krishna, and you know the serious reason why Krishna allowed this to happen with Draupadi. Yes, this is like Krishna always kill not two rabbits but a lot of rabbits. He has a lot of goals, one action. For personally for her, yes, this is what the situation Krishna. But from um, uh, all drama of Mahabharata, Krishna used her as instrument to start war. He want to kill all these demonic kings, and he need a reason. Yes, excuse. Yes, excuse. And she used Draupadi. He know that Draupadi is pure devotee. She can tolerate this situation, and he put her in this situation and used her like an instrument. And Draupadi even doesn't know this, and Krishna doesn't explain her. Of course, this is a lot of lessons for us from this situation, but I want to show this like Krishna, he's always playing. He's always playing. He's always joking. He's playing. He's not like serious old man on the clouds, you know. He's always playing. He's playing with Draupadi. I was so busy. I'm sorry. If I know, I will help you. But I don't know. I didn't know this. Sorry. Yes. And other stories that help to understand how Krishna, what is we say, God loves everyone. What is how God loves everyone? We can understand this. Fantastic, fantastic. Like devotee said, how we cannot to love this Krishna. Not how to love this Krishna, but how we can not to love Krishna. Pure devotee asks this question because Krishna is so beautiful. He's so fantastic. And this situation also from Mahabharata and from Srimad Bhagavatam, it describes. So we understand that Krishna loves us, Krishna loves everyone. But how we can understand? We can understand this from stories about Krishna, from Srimad Bhagavatam, from Mahabharata. We must live in these stories, meditate on these stories, and we'll be very inspired. We can be very inspired by this, to call Krishna, to serve Krishna, because wow. And Krishna, we know this. Krishna has this vow not to fight in this Mahabharata fight on Kurukshetra. But when Krishna make this vow, Bhishma Dev make his own vow. He said that I will push Krishna to fight. Krishna says, I won't be fight. And Bhishma Deva, a pure devotee of Krishna, said, no, I will put Krishna in fight with me. Because Bhishma Deva was in Virya Rasa. He want to serve. Krishna likes to fight with him. And Bhishma Deva was serving Krishna in the way of fighting. And he said, no, I will push Krishna to fight. And so, and only one way to push Krishna, to make Krishna to fight, was to try to kill Arjuna. So Bhishma they want to kill Arjuna to make Krishna to fight with him. Why? Because Krishna wants this to fight. And so Krishna put the desire of his devotee upper than his desires. So Krishna make vow not to fight in public way. What is for kshatriya to нарушить, to break the vow? It's impossible. This is very, very bad. very bad for Kshatriyas. And Krishna make this public vow that I won't fight. And but for Bhishma Deva, he break his vow because he loved Bhishma Deva so much, and Bhishma Deva wants to fight with him. And Krishna even make sacrifice his reputation, his position, and so on, so on. So because Bhishma Deva want to fight, and of course to protect Arjuna. This is another two points why Krishna. So devotees explain that this is love of God. He put us, even not, maybe not me, but devotees. He put his devotees upper than him. So he loves. This is love of Krishna. He can break his vow for his devotees. So with this action, Krishna put his devotees upper than him. And of course, we can see this, that Krishna start to be this возничий, колесничий. Reigns. He also put himself down and his devotee upper. So this is God. This is Krishna. Fantastic. And when we live in these stories, when we hear again and again, every day, so it's so very powerful. Process of sadhana bhakti. Krishna in our heart will be satisfied, and he will help us to purify from all upadhi, when we every day, when we determine to serve him and to listen him. This is the most important service, to listen about him, and then to glorify him, to chant. This is they together, like Radha Krishna. Hearing and chanting, they're coming together. You cannot chant without hearing, and you cannot hear without chanting. This is like Radha Krishna, they are together. This is sadhana bhakti. And it will help us to reach the goal of this, to this definition of bhakti, sarvapati vinirmuktam tat paratva nirmalam. When we will hear every day about Krishna, when we will have some guidance in our spiritual life, real guidance, not theoretically guidance. So, and third, when we be very determined to do this, we will have a lot of obstacles in our life, a lot of problems. Now, for example, for us, with this war, is so big obstacle, so big problem. We can see how many devotees, it's very, it's external obstacles, it's external problems, a lot of external problems, but inside also a lot of inside problems, because devotees start to criticize Russian devotees, and now it's a very big fight. Yes, because a lot of devotees in Russia under the propaganda, and devotees in Ukraine start to criticize devotees in Russia. And as far as I understand, this is also one of these obstacle that I must overcome the transcendental platform. Because from point of view of справедливость, from point of view justice, this is one point of view, but there is something higher, humility and transcendental level. So we will have a lot of obstacles, a lot of problems in our life, a lot of examinations. For us, this situation examination. Yes, but we must continue. Hare Krishna. Sorry, it's time. Shrimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prabhu. In the purport, not in the purport, but in the synonyms, in the very, Srila Prabhupada defines Sarvapadi in two ways in the synonyms. One is free from all material designations, and the other is free from anything other than a desire to render pure devotional service. Is that correct? So in English, there's an expression that the best form of defense is attack. So it just reminded me of that, and and what you were talking about, listening to Krishna's pastimes is one of the most purifying exercises. So in one sense, that's like attacking, instead of trying to meditate on our anarthas and meditate on the things that we need to remove, but so that could be considered like defense, but attacking is like going to the direct process of hearing Krishna's pastimes. But in chanting our japa, when we're chanting our japa, especially like in the morning, when we're chanting most of our rounds, then obviously we're trying to be attentive, and generally devotees on Vaidhi Bhakti level are not encouraged to think about Krishna's pastimes in the beginning stages, but instead we have it. So because we're trying to remove the remove the like inappropriate, we're trying to remove the objects of our inattentiveness, like we're trying to do the nirmalam really at that point, or we're trying to remove the upadhis in our minds so we can hear the holy name. But what is your recommendation when we're chanting japa? Is it naturally, as you say, the mind has got so complex. We're in the mind, and the mind is so complex. So naturally, when we're trying to hear the holy name, we become conscious of all of the obstacles. So, what's your experience of like attacking or defending when we're chanting?
We were discussing this topic, some discussion in about this topic. And we discussed, and I was shocked, I was so inspired. He said he's very good in chanting. He's really so deep chanting. One of the most powerful devotees was so he was really chanting very deep. And he said, he repeated this Srila Prabhupada's recommendation. This is few levels. One, when we chant japa, we must try to go deeper in this sound. This is one exercise. And because when we artificially try to remember Krishna's pastimes, form of Krishna, it's like two things. It's a little bit artificial. All great devotees explain that we must try to listen mantra, to go deeper in sound. Inside the sound, mantra is not material sound. This is all spiritual world in this sound. What we need to go inside this. Like from external, this is sound, just material sound. But if we will go deeper, but this is subtle transcendental process meditation, transcendental meditation, really transcendental meditation. Because this sound of mantra, this is Shabda Brahma, this is spirit, eternity in this sound. And if we will try to go deeper in this sound, this is window. You can see inside this sound, we can see all spiritual world, we can see ourselves, we can see Krishna, all Krishna's work, all Krishna pastimes on this. So all great devotees explain the one exercise we must try to go to look. I don't want to use words we use too much, too often, so I try to use enough words. We must go deeper in this sound. And This is what we can do, really what we can do when we chant. So no another practice. Just maybe we can read something, of course, or we can remember some words in some process of chanting that can inspire me to be concentrated. We can concentrate on the process we believe in. We can face it. We can concentrate. So, but before, when we sit and chant, this is the entry process. To be honest, it's not so easy to do something because your mind already in your mind. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Srila Prabhupada recommend as another process to be to show respect to other devotees and not to expect respect to you. Wow, how disconnect is mutual. How disconnect is mutual. But it is very close connection. It's fantastic, it really works. And when I was discussing this topic with my mentor, he said about humility. So what means humility? Humility means you show respect to other devotees, you serve other devotees, and you don't expect respect to you. This is free your mind for all this. So what we can say that how we behave in our life, how we live our life before we sit and chant, this has big influence on how we chant. So the recommendation of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to try to be humble, to respect other people, and devotees people, and don't respect. Don't respect. This is also practice. This is also practice. Not to respect, not to accept, not to expect, not to expect, respect. This is also practice. So we can say a lot of things about, but what I'm thinking about this now. So what I'm trying to practice, when I chant, I try to concentrate on this sound because I have this experience. You have this experience. This mantra, this spiritual, with this, so many emotions, spiritual emotions, so purification, free from all desires. This everything in holy meditation. And another point, what I'm practicing now, try to start to practice under the guidance of senior devotees, so to try to serve devotees and not to expect. And listen about Krishna. Listen about Krishna. When you sit down and to chant, you must be already in meditation, understanding who's Krishna. When I'm calling, I'm not thinking about some pastimes. It's nature. I'm calling Krishna. And inside, and this is another thing, that inside it must be some prayer, some mood. Something must be in this concentration. This is a level of mind. So Mataji Devi explained there's 3 levels of chanting. Attention on the level of body. I don't do something because this is common. I'm cooking, I'm watching telephone, I'm watching video, I'm cleaning, and do so many things. No, the first level, not to do anything, just chanting. Second level, a level of mind. This is I'm concentrating, trying to concentrate again. And third level of heart. These emotions, so prayer, some prayer. So I'm calling Krishna, some mood and putting inside, and bhajans. This is bhajans about. So when we think of the acharyas, this is purport on the mood of chanting. I'm sorry, I'm so take so much time. Because I need some time to разогнаться. Huh? For me, I need some time to open my heart. So So start with.